Hi, everyone, and welcome to AB Conversations, where we will help you CFP your way out of it. A podcast where you get into the minds of a couple certified financial planners on how we think and feel about everyday financial planning questions and what should really matter most to you. A healthier financial life starts now.
Happy Friday, Ben.
Hey Adam, how are you today?
Oh, feeling great. It's
good.
Again, for those listening, we're recording this on a Friday, so work week is all but behind us. So now we just get to have a little bit of banter, share some education,
Love it.
and move on. So today, I think an interesting topic, and it's been coming up a lot recently. It's based off of a lot of headline news, and it's the fear of missing out, or FOMO.
Yeah.
When it comes to investments, we certainly feel that, or we get asked the questions from a lot of clients on, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? It was GameStop in the headlines. It's, Bitcoin in the headlines. It's specific stocks, whatever it may be. It's is this something I should be doing?
Yeah, we definitely see it a lot when it comes to investments, but we see people kind of like, bringing this up maybe in a different context too. Like, I just don't want to work anymore because I see some of my friends aren't working anymore. I want to spend more time with my grandkids.
Yeah.
Just sometimes I feel like I'm missing out on something. So I'm going to make a gut reaction. I'm going to make some sort of decision. And of course, we love and care for our clients. We want to make sure the decisions they're making or the feelings that they're having are really good, healthy ones, not only for themselves, but certainly their financial future. So that's why the fear of missing out, FOMO, it is something that concerns us, and let's talk about it. So
Yeah. And I think you'll elaborate on this a little bit, but it's incredibly natural, right? It's human.
Gosh, yeah.
It's human nature to not want to feel like you're left behind in any sort of, trend or craze or fad, whatever.
So this is absolutely like herd mentality stuff, right? And you use some good recent examples. You're going to have these thoughts when you see people making a quick buck in this, or again, some sort of kind of misplaced understanding of something that really worked out for somebody else, but maybe doesn't even really apply to you. It is human nature. It's not that you're uneducated. It's not that somebody else knew something more than you and figured something out, and you like, why didn't I know that? Why couldn't I have done that? I think, to your point, it is that human nature of just wanting to get from A to B, right? That's what planning is supposed to be about, goal planning. These are the things I want to accomplish. And feeling like somebody got there real quickly, or they skipped a couple steps, and you don't want to have to go through this long grind to get there if there was some shortcut.
Yeah. Yeah, you've said it in many meetings, right? The saving is hard.
Yeah,
we acknowledge that.
Climbing the salary ladder at work, that's a hard thing. It takes some people years to get to the position that they really want.
Yeah, and our world has certainly shifted to more instant gratification, right? I feel like that's way more prevalent. It's just the way of the world now. When it comes to news, information, whatever, it is at our fingertips. If we want something, at least I know this is true in my house, if you want something, you go get it. Maybe that's not true.
You don't have to go shopping anymore. You click the Amazon button on the app of your phone, and at a day later, it shows up.
Yeah, so I think that has kind of shifted just the overall approach to things in life. And when it comes to your point, right? Climbing the salary ladder, just saving towards your goals over time. It's not fun. So if there's a way, and you're seeing other people maybe accelerate their goals or meeting their goals by taking on a certain risk, maybe, and it worked out for them, it's the fear of missing out, right? Why didn't I do that? And I could check some of these boxes on things I wanted to do and keep moving.
So then let's address how we want to help somebody with this. And this isn't getting into specifics of finances. This is more like the behavioral finance side of things. Step one, just recognize it. Again, if it's human nature, it's instant gratification, it's the world of news, we're seeing a lot more, it's Twitter, very quickly you can see what somebody else was doing and how they did it. Step one is just recognize it. But then I would say step two is put it into context, right? And I think, well, I'll put this over to you. Like, how do you help people kind of put in context what FOMO can mean as some sort of trade-off?
Yeah, so it's come up in a few conversations recently with clients, and I asked the question, whatever the stock or the decision is, it's an either or. Which would you regret more? Is it not investing and seeing others around you profit from it, or is it investing and seeing it go down over time? Which feels worse to you? And if it's, well, I don't want to see others around me take advantage of an opportunity that I had, but I chose not to, like that, if that feels worse, then let's talk about, ways to keep the main thing, right? Let's make sure you're still on track for your goals. And if it's carving out a portion to just scratch that itch, then that's okay. I'll use the lottery example, right? We talked about this. If you're in an office or you're in a workplace and Powerball reaches, half $1 billion, right? 500 million, and somebody's going around collecting funds from everybody, do you want to be the one to not contribute to that and everybody happens to hit and now you're the only one in the office left because everyone else, has millions of dollars? That's human nature.
Yeah, and that's where I think putting it into context, that's such a great example, because that's a $5 expense, right? That is not some sort of, I'm changing the potential trajectory of my financial plan. And again, right. I know we would all say, hey, if I'm participating in 500 million, like, great, that's changing the trajectory in a really good way. But right. It does have to come to some sort of trade-off. And if putting a lot of money or taking some sort of unwarranted risk could actually set you back years, decades, who knows, depending on what your financial situation is, then right. Most people actually wouldn't take that risk, right? There is more of human nature for loss aversion than there is for, wanting to see more aggressive returns. So put it into context. That has to be the second thing, right? Don't misplace it.
Right.
I would say the third thing then is, like, let's have a plan for how to deal with that. And I think between recognizing it and keeping it into context, it's okay to talk about it, right? Especially if this is going to be some sort of financial investment. Yeah. Keep something, right? Anything. Maybe that's a friend, maybe that's a coworker, maybe it's a trusted advisor, but keep something between you and your impulses to make some sort of drastic decision. Yeah, I think that's very fair. Okay. So I'll elaborate, right? As we've already shared, but we've had those conversations with clients. They seem to keep popping up as, headline news seems to just churn out the next biggest thing. And it gathers eyeballs, but we're okay to have that conversation. And at least, again, just give that perspective and that context to just, again, in the grand scheme of things, is this truly a path you want to go down? Or is it just the curiosity of, I don't even know what a Bitcoin is. Should I be invested in it? That's just wanting to learn in general is a part of that. And we can play that role to at least, again, provide that context, a little bit of education. We don't need to make that decision for you. Again, we'll educate you. We'll give as much information as we have, and let's figure out if whatever that is does play a role. Yeah, and I think this is probably where we could transition the thought of FOMO combined with kind of the do-it-yourself mentality does feel a little bit more dangerous. And I'd say that's where, like, overcoming the water cooler talk. Well, nobody's working in an office building right now where everybody huddles around the water cooler, but you get where I'm going with this. It's my friend this, my cousin this, my other professional says this. We will always talk to the dangers of not understanding how different circumstances and what different parts of different financial lives can really lead you astray to thinking like, well, if it worked for them, it must work for me. Right? I think there has to be. We're happy to have those conversations to put into context. here's why that may not work for you. Or here's what you told us was the most important thing, right? Most people look, we all want to generate more wealth, right? We all want to move that net worth number forward, but it is really just to get us to some sort of desired end state where that wealth is the vessel to bring us a more meaningful life, more purpose, align with our values. So the path to get there can be very different for different people. And I think, again, you can get really tied up and really backwards if this fear of missing out with either a do-it-yourself model or I heard this work for somebody else doesn't really align with what makes up your financial life. And even worse, doesn't even align to like what you actually value.
Right. Yeah. I'll use your example that you used earlier. It's climbing a mountain, right? If your goal is to climb that mountain, a lot of the satisfaction is in the actual hard work and all of the trials and tribulations to get to the top. If you could just press the elevator button and it takes you to the top of the mountain, is that as satisfying? Probably not. I don't know. I've never done it.
It's not at all. And I think that's actually a really good way of putting it. We all want to get from A to B and we want to do it efficiently. And look, that's what financial planning is supposed to be about. But it's not a straight line. And I don't think there are a lot of shortcuts. And if you do try to take a lot of shortcuts, we have to recognize that those don't always work out, right? And part of the process and part of having a plan is to recognize that it's supposed to kind of try to keep you away from dark alleys. That's not that it's always going to occur, but certainly the more shortcuts you try to take, the more you're going to miss the mark, I think.
Yep.
So recognize it, put it into context, have a plan with how to deal with it. And sometimes that's just have somebody that you can talk to kind of keep things in context for you.
Yeah. Talk it out.
All right. Hopefully this helped people with the concept of FOMO.
Let's hope.
All right. Thanks for the chat again this week.
You got it. See ya.
Bye.
Hey everyone, Adam and I really appreciate you tuning in. Please note that the opinions we voiced in the show are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be most appropriate for you, consult with your attorney, your accountant, and financial advisor or tax advisor prior to making any decisions or investing. Thanks for listening.